my favorite. Look at those purple flowers. Oh, man, it is my favorite. Look at that.
I could have a picnic in there. I saw the green grass.
We're headed to church, and I just want on record that we have been through it, folks. We have been through it. In the last 4 days, I got back from DC from some of the most work I've done, working 17 hours or more. 17-hour days, 12, 17-hour days, stuff like that. Daniel and I just busted. We will literally go nonstop on conference calls, meetings, an entire day. It's really hard because mentally you got to persevere. But seriously, we'll hang up from one call and we'll go, I got to make this next call. Or he'll take the next meeting and start it while I'm still on the last call. And I match up with that meeting, then we're on the next call. That really happens. So we just got so much going on. And today we're on the way to church because all this week I've been trying, to prepare for this sermon. And seriously, leading up to this moment, we've had all three of our major clients. I see it, it's a distraction. All three of our major clients have had issues, and we've had to deal with all of them literally being in outage state, and the guys working through the night, me working through the night. On Friday, I worked till 4 in the morning trying to deal with something that should have taken about 45 minutes to an hour, but because of wrong settings and a firewall, I had to reinvent the wheel on a client's site. Just no sleep. Got up Saturday to more issues, worked on those. Supposed to be Sabbath. I ended up having to make sure a client could be back up during tax season on another site with issues on the same site that I'd worked on as well, being the biggest issue. And then Saturday, Lori's car broke down before I could even get any, I didn't even finish watching a movie. PlayStation doesn't work, car broke down, and it's still not running. It looks like the transmission went out on the van with no warning. It was the weirdest thing. No warning at all. We have the rainbow experience, which is amazing before that. And then I get back and I've just got to finish my sermon, and my laptop literally locks up and puts up a notice on it that says, "Aw snap," literally, which I would have taken a picture of, but I was so frustrated I just wanted to throw it out a window at that point, because I'm going to the night working on this sermon. Because of persevering through it, I know I got to get to this point with the sermon. And then I got to notice that there's an outage in another client, and this is a different client. They have a full-on power outage. You can't plan this stuff. The guys are having to go do remediation, contact the client. I'm online with that while I'm finishing my sermon on my locking up laptop that keeps saying, "Oh snap." And it's like ridiculous. So I wake up this morning to them finally getting that client back online, and it was an area-wide power outage. You can't make this stuff up. We finally get on the car and we're heading to church, and I'm just trying to get my worship on. Oh, in the middle of it, the only thing I could do after the car broke down and everything else, I just grabbed my guitar and I just worship. I was worshiping until the kids went to bed, and after, just singing as loud and hard as I could, giving Jesus glory, because there's nothing else you can do in the middle of the battle, in the thick of it. You can't engage. Anyway, with all that said, we're headed to church, and I'm going to preach this thing. I just want this on record because everybody thinks that we have such an easy life. There are folks that think that everything's in line. It's not the case. We persevere. We prefer others above ourselves, and we break through until God breaks through in their lives. But we won't stop. We don't quit. We don't call in sick. We don't call in with car issues. We fix it. Remember, just a year ago, my car broke down and died, and at the same time, my alternator went out in my truck, so I couldn't even get to work. I got an alternator, fixed my truck in my yard, and got to work, because that's what you do to persevere. Anyway, that's what we're going through right now. Same thing with MS Battle, Warriors Battle book. We persevere, we finish, we fight, we get through it. We're doing that today because God's going to do something at New Life this morning. It's going to be breakthrough. I'm feeling God is coming. Satan's trying to harsh the kicker. He's trying to ice me down. He's trying to keep all of us from breaking through. But the truth is that God's given me a vision and a revelation of what's going to come in revival, and the breakthrough in people's lives and the breaking of bondages is worth so much more than this one stinking moment in time, which will pass. Which will pass. And I'm not going to miss God's moment because of one small moment the devil wants me to focus on. I want Jesus. He's coming big in the house today. So we worship and we're heading to church. Here we come. The world around us. Amen. Yo, we're about to have fun, aren't we? We're about to have fun. This is about to get interesting. We've seen almost 40 people come to know Jesus since this past fall. That's exciting numbers, folks. Come on, right? So that put this little fire under all of us, elders and pastors and everyone else included, to get this process started so you don't get lost. And the first step of the process is when someone responds to the gospel, we have folks that are dedicated to make sure in your hands you get a full Bible right off the bat. A full Bible. It's not as good as I want it to be, but it's great for now, right? Later I can just envision bright green New Life Bibles. You know what I'm saying? Come on, right? But then it says, through these he has given us his very great and precious promises, so that through them you may participate in the divine nature, which we've been saying is the goal, is to get participation in divine nature so we have open access to the kingdom. It says, having escaped the corruption in the world caused by evil desires. For this very reason, make every effort to add to your faith goodness, and to goodness knowledge, and to knowledge self-control, and to self-control perseverance, and to perseverance godliness, and to godliness mutual affection, and to mutual affection love. Okay, you ready? You can't do it like that. Get beside me better. Ready? Put your hand down. Get over beside my head. A little bit of face swapping going on.
No!